What's up, YouTube? This is FBell, and today I want to show you guys how to farm the Trial of Sekhemas for great loot and making the most out of your time. So without wasting any time, let's go! Trial of Sekhemas drops some very good loot. The ones you should focus on is Against the Darkness, Grand Spectrum, and other jewels. They're the best drops. Against the Darkness is a unique jewel that can easily sell on the market. Everybody wants this jewel. It makes up for a lot of builds. I've seen it selling for 100 divines, and I sold one for 45 in seconds. Of course, the price depends on modifiers. The worst modifiers are worth 40 to 60 exalteds, and the best modifiers are worth 100 plus divines. To get it, you gotta go through the trial with a specific relic dropped from the last boss called the Desperate Alliance. When killing the last boss with it, you'll get the jewel. In the next session, there are a lot of tips about how to make your journey easier and more effective to get this jewel and keep selling it by making your time worth. After defeating Zarok the Temporal, you'll find a room with a lot of cachets, a lot of gold and silver and bronze chests. You gotta choose the best one of these chests first. The best ones are Grand Spectrum Cache, Time Lost Cache, Royal Cache, then you go for Arcanist's Cache, and I go for Mysterious Cache, and after that, whatever you want. Grand Spectrum jewels can be found in the Gold Spectrum Cache after the last boss. It's not sure that it will appear, it's a chance to appear, everything in this game is a chance. But when this jewel does appear, get it. Do not miss the Grand Spectrum and Time Lost Caches, they're the best ones. These Grand Spectrum jewels are also very valuable. You can also sell them for up to 30 divines, or I think plus, depends on the rolls, depends on which one you'll get, but they're very valuable and you can get them through the normal run without any special unique relic. The Temporalis robe is the most valuable robe in the game, if not the most valuable item in the game. It's really hard to get, and for farming purposes and logic, I don't think it's worth. Because it consumes a lot of your time for a chance to farm it, which will depend on your skill and luck, and you only have one shot. If you don't get it, you lose the relic. To get it, you gotta have the Last Flame relic, a unique relic that drops that dropped from the last boss. That relic sets your max honor to 1. So you can take a single hit through the trial, through the 4 floors, 4 bosses, and everything. It's really hard. If you get a Temporalis, it makes really broken builds and you can sell for no less than 200 divines. If you make it, congratulations, you're a nerd god. This trial can be challenging the first times you do it, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be a breeze. This trial can be challenging the first times, but once you get the hang of it, you will breeze through it. Taking average 30 minutes to do it, and that can be achieved by making a smart combination of your build and relics. That can be achieved by making a smart combination of your build, relics, and knowledge of the trial. I recommend a strong build here with move speed above 30% at least, and Blink is a very nice option to skip parts and avoid traps, but it's not recommended for every build. The build you choose gotta be a boss shredder. The first 3 bosses are a joke, and the last boss gotta be hard only with the unique relic. Without it, also a joke. A lot of builds can actually do this. I'm using minions for that, and I will soon release a build guide for it. Link will be in the description. The relics you should focus on are medium and small relics mainly. In these, you look for specific modifiers such as Merchant has 3 additional choices and reduced merchant prices. On small relics, check for fountains have chance to grant double sacred water, honor resistance, and increase maximum honor. That's all you need for this trial. This is pretty much focused on getting sacred water and buying all the buffs from the merchants. This will make your trial a walk in the park. You can get stuff like 50% more damage, 40% move speed, you'll be a god. Spotlight to small relics can also give an increase of movement speed, so if your build doesn't have that, I suggest you get that on relics. I do, because I use a unique boot on my minion build, and that makes me very slow, and that makes me die to the last boss mechanic, unless I have the boon of move speed. So to make sure you can put these on. There are a lot of boons and afflictions on this trial, so I'm gonna list some that you should try to go for and the ones you should avoid the most. For boons, you go for Hairfoot, Bright Mask, and Sanguine Vial. The move speed from Hairfoot will allow you to fly through traps and monsters. The combo of Bright Mask and Sanguine Vial will allow you to shred bosses, especially the 4th boss. There's also a boon that gives you 50% more damage, you should also go for that. Afflictions. You must avoid Blunt Sword, Weakened Flash, Tradition's Demand, and Fiendish Wings. Reducing your damage, which is unacceptable, you'll suffer from that, and buffing monsters can be very punishing on your honor. But these ones are definitely the worst. While having less movement speed, you may kill... Less movement speed, as I said before, can kill you on the last boss mechanic. So don't risk losing a full run because of that. The merchant can get lots of boons, so stuff like raising merchant prices or diminishing sacred water can be... you can go around those. But having only one option, you can't go around that, and it really sucks. Sometimes there are options to release to take away an affliction, but you can't count on that. It's not always that you get that. So these are the main afflictions that I think you should avoid. Also, there are some that don't let you see the rooms ahead. I also hate that. While choosing rooms, pay attention to the afflictions on the map. Always look for the boons and Fickle Blessing of the Wind. It's the best room you can find. It gives you a boon and take away an affliction. It's awesome. For fast clear, I think you should choose rooms that have the ritual mechanic, the chalice, and the chalice mechanic. These are the fastest, while avoiding gauntlets and escape because they take the longest. Hourglass takes long, but there are a lot of rare monsters and that can give you loot, so I like to go for them. Zarok the Eternal is the boss from the 4th floor. This guy has 2 important mechanics that you must know. First, you can dodge his spinning lightnings by just standing in the corner, so do that. Second, when he stops time, you gotta get all the clocks on the ground as fast as you can. That's why I said movement speed is important here. If your movement speed is negative, you just die. If it's not, you can easily pick up all the hourglasses and keep the fight going. He doesn't have such a high damage, he only have these mechanics which are dangerous. Doing these 2 things, his other mechanics are not that important. Besides from the clocks on the ground that can freeze you, just avoid those. You see a lot of those, just don't stand on them. And you shred this boss. And that's it for farming Trial of Sekhemas, guys. I honestly think it's worth more than farming Trial of Chaos. And moving forward from here, because to kill the Trial Master, you gotta get free keys and you gotta keep going through it. And it's luck, you won't always get separate keys, you may get one of the same keys all the time. The advantage of Trial of Chaos is getting the soul cores, which can be sold for a good price. But I honestly think that through Sekhemas, you can get good drops, you can get these unique, valuable, very valuable items, and even some other stuff on the chests that are random, but that can be very good. So I think it's worth a lot more to farm Sekhemas. And next, I'm gonna see what happens when I farm the ritual boss, getting audience with the king, dropping a lot of items that are worth a lot from him, like Ingenuity Belt and Rare Omens. And I'll show that on the next video. I'll see you guys later.